Hi, I'm Jacqui Tapau. I'm a Cherbourg girl, born and raised here all my life. Done my schooling here up until year 7, until I went to school in went to high school in Mergen. Dropped out at year 8. Pretty much just stayed at home. Did help my mum around the house cleaning. I dropped out of school because I just lacked confidence. I think, to me personally, I didn't feel like I fitted in the, it was two worlds coming into one. Leaving community to go into non-Indigenous school. I met my future husband at 16 and a half and he saw a photo of me at my debutante ball. And yeah, came to Cherbourg. He asked my parents if it was okay for permission to become my boyfriend. I think 4 years later we got married at the age of 20. We had 2 children prior to us getting married and then 2 children after. As Tom, mum she's Aboriginal, she was born and raised in Cherbourg. She lived through the dormitory system as well as, and his dad was Torres Strait from Murray Island. When Tom and I got married, we found out he had lupus and it took a while before it took its toll on him. He was told to take medication to control his lupus. Being young, a young male, didn't want to. So over the years, gradually over the years, it took its toll and then he started having kidney failures, heart failures, lungs, infections. For me and my family, it meant a lot of hospital visits, a lot of trips away to Brisbane. As soon as he presented at the hospital, he'd be sent away. And limited resources, money. We had to go down there and try and survive on what we had. Come home, we'd be met with bills. We'd get on top of our bills and then we'd be back off to the hospital again. It was an ongoing process for the next 20 years of our lives. With him and a few others that were on dialysis at the time, that's when Terita started working behind the scenes to get a dialysis clinic in Cherbourg as well as a telehealth. So being a part of that when it first came out was really good, and to see it still in community, especially the telehealth now it's now gone further than just Cherbourg. I think around about 90, when our youngest son ended up in kindy, when he went to kindy, it was an opportunity for me then to step into some sort of work, and that was through a local elder, Cherbourg, Ada Simpson. She invited me to come and help out in the tuck shop. Helped in the tuck shop, she showed me what to do. I walked in, she walked out, but the rest then it sort of was a milestone I needed to, consider thinking about getting work. And yeah, thought I could do more than just the tuck shop, so I approached the local principal if I can do some cleaning job. So he said yes, gave me a few days cleaning as well as, and I asked to do teacher aid, do a relief teacher aid, which was really good. From there, because my husband's health was deteriorating, I then went on to take over his seat on his work for the dole, 4 days a week at the old people's home. Then from there I went over to the local childcare centre, and the director at the time, I asked him I missed out on an opportunity to apply for a job, but he put my name down as a relief. And I was there since '96, I'm still there today. Through my employment at daycare, part of the thing you have to do is take up some studies. So I started off in a Certificate 3, that took me a while to get through, trying to juggle work, sick husband, as well as children, getting them off to school, because then I took on my 2 nephews as well to support my sister. And yeah, every morning meant getting up, getting ready for work, get the children off to school. Trying to study at night, at first found that very hard because trying to juggle everything and study. So my studies, Certificate 3 probably took a bit longer to complete. As a requirement for my job, I had to study to do a diploma to stay in a position I was in, which was a lead educator's role. So I did that, and at the time got through that and then completed my diploma. And one thing I'm very grateful for is that my late husband was present when I graduated with my diploma. Losing my husband in 2000 and late 2006 was very hard. As a mum and as a woman, you're supposed to be the strong one in the family, and yeah, when I lost my husband, it was very hard because being a woman and being the mother of your children, you want what's best for them. So you try not to break down in front of them. So you wait until they go to sleep, and then you have your moments where you have your cry. I'm very grateful to my eldest son at the time, because him and his partner, they had their first child, and then they then wanted to help look after the 3 younger ones, so they took them for a period of, I think, 3-4 months, which gave me time to then sit down and have my cries on my own. And yeah, just concentrate on work and trying to pay all bills. During my 2 years of my grieving process, I took on studies to keep myself busy mentally, and that was a certificate 4 and a diploma in child protection. Did that, and I thought, oh, there has to be more. So then it was a teaching degree, which was a Bachelor of Early Childhood Education.
My name is Tapau. I'm Jacqui Tapau's daughter. I've grown up in Megan my whole life. Started my primary schooling in Megan State School, then started my high school in Kingaroy at St Mary's Catholic College and finished year 12 there. I went to school because we weren't allowed to stay home. Education was always important to Mum, and so she pushed us for that.
Some of the things they'll say to me is, oh, I don't want to go to school today, so it was, well, I have to go to work, so you have to go to school. To go to school, you get a good education, you can get a good job. To get a good job, you can buy good things. You can own a lot of nice things.
In 2015, when I was in grade 10, I got a traineeship, school-based traineeship at Craig's Medical Centre in Cherbourg. So I worked in the clinic mostly, like seeing patients, doing health checks, going out into community for home visits, and then they tried me out. They put me reception to try reception out, and I got used to that pretty quick. After school, I went to Japan for 2 weeks with my big sister, and that was Mum's present to me for graduating year 12. I've got really interested in midwifery. I wanted to start studying midwifery at the University of Sunshine Coast in Sippy Downs. Although we're going through a lot of things in our personal lives, I think sometimes we've got to push through those and remember that to achieve in this place, no matter where we are, to achieve today, we have to get an education. And it means studying hard, pushing through some of the griefs, some of the family crises we do have. I think if I didn't do what I did back then, I wouldn't be able to give some of my children and grandchildren the privileges of today, of what I've given them so far. This year's NAIDOC theme is because of Here We Can, and because of my mum, I can do anything that I set my mind to. And Mum, thank you for everything you've done for me. I love you so much. You're my role model. You're the biggest inspiration in my life, and I thank you so much. I love you.